Kia ora, good evening. You're here with Boys Get Paid, coming at you live from the ACC Export Beer Garden studio. I'm Matt, Luke's here, Dan's here, we're all ready to go. We're back here for another Thursday night, and we're looking forward to Te Rapa and Manawatu at Trentham this Saturday. And of course, Christmas coming up, Boxing Day, all sorts. It's all happening. I'm very pleased to see you guys. Luke, how are you, mate?
Bloody fantastic.
Good.
Isn't it? You know, what a great time of the year, both festivity-wise and, of course, on the punt as well. Dan's got the punt up on the screen here.
The White Bear.
Is this the White Bear? This is Joel's Juice.
Gone to the league, Joel's Juice.
Way too good.
We should say as well that Joel's Juice is joining us tonight. He's got a few multis to throw out. Good to see you here, Joel.
Cheers for having me. It's looking good.
Mate, it's an absolute pleasure. He's just sent us into
No,
one.
we're going to get rolled. We're going to get rolled.
It's been beat.
Joel.
The White Bear vulnerable first up.
Goodness me. It is the festive season, and we were at the
Twilight.
Twilight.
From the top.
We were at the Twilight races last Thursday night, and my God, everyone was having a good time. Dan.
Yep. Yeah, we were. Yes, we were. Yeah, it was. It was a ripper of a night. It was, like lower grade horses, I would say, but there was some pretty good performances. Willie Do It was very impressive. That looks like a very, very good horse. I know Ted's been very keen on it for the Derby, and that looked like a Derby performance there. And what was the winner of the last?
With All My Faith, 3 in a row
that
now.
was real impressive as well.
Bet My Ekabel. That horses, there's a lot of form around both of them, so keep an eye out for both of those names. With All My Faith, just too good. So bloody good to see in the last race there. Dan got his collect, and here he had a big sleep on that next morning.
We had a great time. The party afterwards was great. I don't know what the DJ was called, but they called Drops of Jupiter or some shit like this.
Drops of Jupiter?
I don't know, but it was
I
a
didn't
great
even know
time.
there was a DJ.
What?
DJ.
The DJ was flying. Outstanding.
He was. He really, really was. And, it was a good time. It really is the festive season. The sun's shining in Auckland. Hopefully it's shining everywhere else in New Zealand as well. We do have racing to get to tonight. We've got 5 racing previews because there's such good racing coming up. It's unbelievable. Luke is all over it. He's been doing all the form. He's ready to roll. But let us know what you think the best bet is this weekend. As always, we'll come to your comments at some point. Keep engaged with us. Let us know what you're doing for Christmas. Let us know what you're doing for Boxing Day, New Year's Day, and the rest. And your best bet for this weekend, of course. But as usual, we do need to start at the top because Karaka Millions isn't too far away. We always talk about the event. We always talk about the Punters Club being open. But this year, something slightly different is that we're voting on songs. And Bliss is the first song, Dan.
Yeah, it is the first one off the tracks. I think I'm going to do another one, maybe tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, punch it tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, I'll do the next vote. The next vote tomorrow. Tomorrow coming up is Loyal by Dave Dobbin versus Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded House. And then the third one is Rain by Dragon.
Oh, that's 3 great songs. I'm going to go Rain.
I'm going to go Rain too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a better sing-along, boozed-up song. Loyal, how do you sing to that? Is that going to put people
I
to sleep?
think that you can sing along to that for sure. Like after a few beers, like everyone knows the words to that song. And it's one of those ones that sort of keeps going and keeps going. So yeah, that'll be really interesting to see how we go. And then in week 3, I don't want to give it away, but we got Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond.
You're giving it away.
Sweet Deposition by the Temper Trap.
Never heard of
And then Slice of Heaven by Dave Dobbin.
What, is he getting 2 runs of it? Oh, Slice of Heaven, not Loyal.
No.
Dave.
Dave Dobbin, he's an icon, isn't he? So
Yeah, he gets 2 weeks, doesn't he?
he gets a couple of cracks.
Who's the second song? Sweet Disposition.
Yeah, Sweet Disposition by the Temper Trap. I think if you hear that song, you'll...
Can anyone give us a couple of...
Sweet. You're a Kiwi, are they Kiwis?
Disposition.
Yeah. Joel's giving us a thumbs up. He knows it. But just to confirm, this is the song that Sound Cartel, these are the songs that Sound Cartel are going to be playing in the room?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we're going to have a live band in the room. And I think the idea was, let's try and, like the Everest, they have the Sweet Caroline build up to the Everest. But I was like, well, why don't we have one for each song? And like, I know it's going to be progressively louder and more exciting as we go further on through the day, but I'm sure they're going to be playing other songs and stuff in between the races because there's, 25 minutes or whatever. But it's sort of like that song when there's about 5 minutes left to go before the race, and then we're going to be charging into this where we all sing along and get stuck in, and then we just walk out onto the into the grandstand and just start charging and screaming at horses.
Don't you go out in the rain. I love this shit.
good.
It's going to be fucking exciting.
Well, then week 4 is going to be We Are the Champions by Queen.
Oh, shit, we'd have to have that after the last race, surely.
Versus Always on My Mind by Tikitane. and then versus For Today by Netherwood Dancing Toys.
Banger.
They're all very good, aren't they? This is good, Rack
Hey,
man.
Have you got Scribe's new single on there? Called
Uh,
Gigi.
no, I
No
don't
shit,
have
it's
Scribe.
actually called Gigi.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm just reading the sniffers.co.nz website.
Sniffers.
That's a true website. Yeah, he got a single out. My Spotify DJ played it to me the other day. Gigi.
I do love Scribe, a little bit of Theme to the Crusade or something like that, or not many, if any.
Well, I was thinking about, like, I'm not sure what kind of songs this band
No, you've nailed
can
it, mate.
play.
You've
Yeah,
nailed
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
Sweet Disposition. I hope they've got a good voice because that takes a long high note.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it. So, look, get your votes
I
in.
think I know that song now. Yeah.
Oh,
Juicy boy.
jeez. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good tune too, eh? Any of these will be good.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. This is going to be a party. How am I going to do the Punters Club?
So get your votes in on the social media. Is that right? When you
So
put it out there.
every week I'm going to put it up on the story for a vote. I think last week there was about maybe 600 votes in total.
Wow.
And so the first winner was the dudes, Bliss.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's some really good songs as well. Like week 5's April Sun in Cuba by Dragon. I don't know if you know that song. That's a banger. And then Victoria by the Exponents. And then Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver.
Oh, JD, eh?
Now, I think that would
JD
be
Vance.
a really good sing-along song
JD
as well.
Vance, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, they're all going to be fantastic. Get your votes in. Really looking forward to seeing what we have on the night. We're all going to be fired up. And like you say, Luke, how are you going to make a punt with the Punters Club on, mate? What do we got?
I can see a few people up on the old tables by the end of this evening, which is all good stuff. If it's on, it's on. If it's in, it's in. But speaking of being in, you got to be in to win. The Punters Club, or the pot as the TAB call it these days, is now open. So that opened on Monday, the 16th. And I believe there's nearly $5,000 in there already. So a reminder that you can access that via the TAB app. And it's basically the same as Cup Week, but we'll have better results. And also the BGP app has been finished and that's been released. So why that's important is that there's a new Punters Club feature in that. Now, at the moment, it will just basically look like information as to how to get into the Punters Club, and that will take you to the TAB. But we've got a few surprises in the background of how that works. And one of those, hopefully, is the ability to send out audio along with sending out the bets, so we can basically punch out a bit of reasoning as to why we're having that bet and get it straight out there. So that's sort of all to be revealed as we get closer to the Punters Club. But hopefully you can download the latest version of the TAB app that will show you how to get into the Punters Club, and you do that via the TAB app.
Yeah. Nice. I'm sure we're going to bounce back massively in that Punters Club. The event itself as well. I mean, being there at Ellerslie this morning, filming Best of BGP, seeing PW so fired up about the summer of racing ahead, the beautiful track, the sunny weather. It does really get you excited about the Karaka Millions, eh? And we've only got about 400 tickets left, which is really not a lot of tickets.
No, they'll go pretty quickly. And I actually haven't checked in for an update as to how those tickets are going, so it could be even less than that. But I think last year they sold out with a week to go, so might have even been 2 weeks. So yeah, get your ticket. We've got a very, very good value ticket there, and we'd love to have you in the room. Bring some mates along that have never been to a Karaka Millions before. And yeah, knock their socks off. There are a couple of people talking about how good the Twilight was that had been there for the first time. I said, you have to come to the Karaka Millions. And they were like, oh, really? Like, what's that one like? I'm like, oh, okay, it's this on steroids, okay? So get along, get in the mix.
Yeah, and is there a bit of sizzle about a futures bet?
Not this.
Not at the moment.
No?
No,
Okay.
not after we got the
All
message
right,
back from the
all
tab that put the fire out real quick.
Yeah. What happened there?
Well, I had a horse trial, mate. So it runs second. Anyway, it had its head kicked in. I think it's this horse that bet it has already retired my one, so my one will probably never race. I think that's the amount of wind burn it got. It's like our one's like gone shin sore, done, probably never to be seen again. So awesome, just another fucking great day in the life of being a horse owner as a Luke Hughes. But anyway, it gets beaten by a horse called Argo, ARGO. Not in the market for the Karaka Millions 2-year-old at this stage. We're looking for the Brendan Lindsay colours. It's an Al Manzor. And we reach out to the tab and say, hey, can we have a horse added to the markets in the futures here? And we got the message back over the steak dinner that they could do that. They were duly obliged, and the price was 14s. We went back and asked, are you sure you don't mean 41s? But this horse has not started. It's just had a trial this week. And to be backing it at 14s for the Karaka Million, is probably a little bit risky with other people's money. So I'll do it with mine. I'll be
Look,
having
if
a
they
bet.
put it up at 14s, I'll have a crack. But I wish,
What did we get cool and fast last year? 21s.
21s, yeah. 50,000. Thinking back, that's the thing with these punters clubs and whatnot. It's pretty buzzy to think, okay, on Boxing Day, a lot of us were watching Cool and Fast win at 21s with $50,000 on. To then be live to win $1 million. And, I was over in Melbourne having Christmas with my sister and some friends around and stuff. And I'm just like, fuck, this isn't so, like, they're not going to understand what's just happened. But it was just pandemonium there for a bit. And I guess that's the cool thing about being part of the ride with these punters clubs and stuff is that, those are the moments that make it pretty special and very, very unique and something that not many people can be a part of or won't be in their lifetime. And it didn't end up winning, but that gave us a hell of a thrill and a hell of a ride. But I don't think we've got the ammo and the kitty to be doing something like that this year at this stage.
No, you're right, but I'm sure we will at some point. I'm sure there'll be some big bets laid, and I'm sure it's going to be a bounce back. There's going to be $20 million won on that day or something like that. If the GOAT keeps on throwing out $21 shots like he is later on in the segment and the best bets, then gee whiz, we could be in for a very, very good day. Keep your comments coming in, people. It is always very good to have you with us. Obviously, Christmas is coming up. It's the last podcast before Christmas. So, interact. Let us know what you're up to. We're going to run through some of last week's stuff, and then we're going to get into the Matamata Cup, the Manawatu Challenge Stakes, the Manawatu Cup, the bloody... there's 2 other group races, I think, down at Trentham on Saturday as well. So, there's plenty we're going to run through.
Then we're going to get Joel's Christmas hamper out. He's got a Christmas hamper multi to fill to bloody glaze the ham, if you'd like. Whatever you need to do to it.
if you want, you can empty the sack on it.
Pay for it.
The centre sack. Fantastic.
I've just got a message from Ted. He said, song, Rock Me Gently by Andy Kim.
I go to sleep listening to that.
We're getting...
I've never heard of it.
Oh, no.
I thought you were serious. I was like, that's intimate.
We're getting a little bit of an insight into Ted's music. I thought he liked ABBA, but
He does
not.
like ABBA.
Yeah.
He does. Oh, did you put YMCA on the fucking list?
Yeah, no, that's last week,
Yeah,
mate.
it's the last week.
That's the last week.
Oh,
that's the
shit.
closer.
That is the climax.
And there's
my
actually
word.
there's
I thought
4 that week as well.
Oh, jeez. Hey, speaking of Ted, he's tipped out Will He Do It last Thursday. That's bolted in and won. Great win that. And then today, DVP or MVP or something that just kicked their heads in. It was his first up today. I think it had a couple of starts prior. Tipping very well for a man who's, needing a bit needing to retire. So he's gotten even better than he was prior. Brilliant.
DVP, it's
DVP. Yeah, Danny Verks voted patron.
Absolutely, Ted. Keep them coming. Righto, let's just have a quick look back on last weekend, and we'll start with the Blessed Bet, lads, because Yaldi, that was disgusting.
It was gross, wasn't it?
Like, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yaldi. Yeah.
Honestly, it was like, it's the winner. Joel's, you're shaking your head too. Mate, that was the winner. And then Risque Ruler, of all horses, Risque Ruler was the GOAT's best bet maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You had said, I'm a bit worried about Risque Ruler, and fuck.
Yeah.
I had a big collect on it on Melbourne Cup Day on Risque
Risque
Ruler.
Ruler,
It was
yeah.
at Ellerslie. It came down the outside. I
Yeah.
didn't follow it up. I thought we were home. That horse was just absolutely travelling on the corner. When it kicked and it was away by 3 lengths, I was like, how much is this horse going to win by? And then it just pricked its ears, started looking around and thought, where can I get a cup of tea? And then Risque Ruler, bang, and got it. It was
Saw a couple
hard
of
to be
fillies
part
up in
of.
the Tarapa grandstand there and got distracted. Sloppy.
Yeah.
Sloppy stuff. You can't be doing that on race day.
Seen a couple of those H-Town street cats and thought, hello.
It was,
Well,
yeah.
baby. Hey, on Risque Ruler, just something for the people to keep an eye out over summer. Now, we could dig into this further, and I feel like there'd be even more, but just off the top of my head, Risque Ruler beat Steely Man on Melbourne Cup Day. Steely Man then came out and won.
Yeah.
I think Steely Man beat a horse called Bear in Hand. Bear in Hand came out this week and won. It's just insane, the form around that sort of Risque Ruler, Steely Man, etc. So keep your eyes peeled for anything that's popping up around that.
I've actually been meaning to ask, because last year you had the Snazzy Tavy form all year, and you just kept on finding winnings around that Snazzy Tavy form. So this year it's the Steely Man form, you reckon?
Literally anything that came out of that Harwood meeting
Yeah.
was just going on to win.
Well, I actually think that Maika Bell might even have form around Steely Man as well. I think that's how I started to spot all of this and piece it all together. I think Steely Man might have been in behind Maika Bell when that put one together. I think I was over in Sydney watching it back here on the roaming. But I think that could be the sort of form line to be keeping an eye on. And of course, remember that Snazzy Tabby bet a horse called Doddle. Oh no, Doddle bet a horse called Snazzy Tabby, and Doddle's in today. Saturday.
Oh, Saturday, yeah, last season, Snazzy Tabby. We'll get to that. But
Well, how good she turned out to be. $1.30.
We are gonna,
Sorry.
All right, no, let's just do it now.
Okay.
She is the best horse in New Zealand by a fucking country mile.
She's flying, and they put up 2.2 into $1.90, then starts at $1.30, and just says goes past Campionessa. Like this horse that's won in Australia,
Yeah.
and just says, "Oh yeah, bye, fuck you, eat my dust."
She's done that twice now. We're just effortlessly beating them by 3 lengths.
Yeah. I got a bit carried away on the weekend when I was chatting with my dad.
sound like you, mate.
I was like, mate, she's just going to go over there. It's like it's going to be a match race between her and Via Sistina. And that's sort of big talk because I'm not sure, how good our sort of 2,000 meter crop is here in New Zealand. Obviously, we always produce really good horses, but she just looks like she's doing it so easily. And I feel like she could go over there and she could be really competitive. And I'm not sure she's going to be going over there and doing the same thing that she's doing over here and just kicking their heads in. But why not? Like, why could she not go over there and be really competitive? I feel like she's the type of horse that could be.
Yeah, she seems like she's matured a bit, and maybe even the trainers and the jockey, they've kind of figured her out a little bit, and she is just like put another 3 or 4 lengths into her arsenal of that turn of foot, and not that long ago you'd be like, oh, I don't know, you got to try and beat Campionessa, etc. Now it's like, bang, she's $1.90 and gets back into $1.30. Like, holy shit, that's got to be a bit of money. What did that Quinella pay? The Exacta was probably the play, wouldn't it? But
Probably would have paid well.
It was eased down as well. Down.
I watched the race back a couple of times afterwards. She got one whip, bang, straight past Campionessa, then he did nothing else and just cruised away. It was like, and she did that again in the last race over the top of, I can't remember who it was, but far out. She's got more left in the tank. And it feels like if she's got something to chase, if she goes over to Australia and she's got something to chase, she'll go harder.
Yeah, I think Pearl of Alsace was in front maybe in the Livermore when she just went past him, maybe at the top of the straight there. But yeah, she just cruised past him there, and it was the same sort of thing. But you almost get the feeling like that was 1,600. Like, just wait, up to the 2,000, she almost goes to another level. Has she won at Ellerslie? I don't think she has she?
I don't think so.
So that might be the only question mark.
Not one at Ellerslie. Joel's Juice, look at this.
Hasn't won at Ellerslie. Apparently 7 out of her 8 wins coming around the left-hand side.
Left-hand side.
Right,
Loves Tarapa. 5 from 5 at Tarapa now or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, unbelievable, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, she was my best bet at Tarapa over 1,600 when she got up the inside. She just loves Tarapa, eh?
Certainly does.
The
And we
Juice
love
also
her.
loves it. Oh, look at this. He's got the stats in the background and everything. It's the new Ted. Fantastic. On Friday, Pro Boy Dan, that was just copped a heavy track, I thought. I thought it was quite a good run.
Yeah, I don't know if you... I went back and watched it a couple of times. It raced really unkindly as well. Like, it pulled its head off pretty much the whole way. But I'll follow that horse.
Yeah.
I'll back it again next start because I think it'll be winning. But yeah, definitely... I don't think it... Because it wasn't super heavy. It was a soft track by then, I think. So, yeah, but I'll just follow it.
Yeah.
Dan, will you put it into the new BGP Black Book feature in the new BGP app?
Yeah, I will, mate. Yeah,
Great.
when I'm able to.
Okay, great. Keep an eye out for that, ladies and gentlemen. And that will allow you to click through and then add it to your own Black Book so that you don't miss having a bet on Dan's best bet.
We've
He's
got
gonna
our
follow.
own black book in the BGP app.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
That's good.
There's a few
Complications with
complications
it.
and
As there
tricks
always
that
are.
we're trying to work on and figure out at the moment, which hopefully we're going to address and have sorted out. But basically, what I'm going to be able to do is every Sunday is go through and get anyone's black bookers that they go, oh, that one was a real black booker, like that should have been a really good run, and I can get some comments and I can add it into the BGP app, and then you can click one button and it'll take you to that race, and you can add it to your own TAB black book and add the notes in.
This is outstanding.
Yeah.
Will we put ears back in the black book?
Fuck you, Matt.
No. I'm genuinely asking that. I don't.
I think so. Maybe back to 1600. Bizarre. Like, that thing was travelling better than one of Elon's rockets. And then it gets to the turn and then tries to put its ears back and literally goes fucking backwards. I don't know what was going on there, but they backed it in from 7s to 3 points something. I hope that's not my influence. But I have a feeling that, people obviously assumed that it was going to win, but maybe it's a bridge too far getting up to that much distance. But Yeah, I don't know. It was, but I thought at the turn, I was like, holy shit, we have found one here. But no, not to be, and beaten up. And I mean, the horse that won as well, like, it ended up being a good track. We needed that to go our way. It did. The horse that wins had 8 starts on a good track and run like 4th twice. That's it. And just pisses in by 4 lengths on a good track. I mean, Invercargill.
You just can't ride it sometimes, eh? But look, I'll testify. I think that one's going to win back to 1600.
How often do our best bets win 2 or 3 weeks later? That's the thing, isn't it?
Very
All the
common.
time.
Stick with
All the
them.
time, yeah.
Testify me, just got too far back for Ted.
Yeah.
I can't remember who won the race. Saturday's a long time ago.
Oh, Blue Sky at night
Blue
or something?
Sky at night. Yeah.
Oh, there's another gross result. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That's got form. Oh, there's something.
Yeah. It's won a race at Tarapa over a couple of good horses, I think. But
Yeah, it was just too far back. The pace wasn't on. Never really had a chance to get into it. I thought it run home okay, but
I'd stick with it.
yeah.
I've been speaking to you guys about this horse for a while, and I know that you liked it on Saturday in particular, Luke. Swainest Day, I reckon that's going to be a bloody good horse. I reckon it's got a lot of learning to do, and it's probably going to get a lot better, and it's only racing in rating 75 company at the moment, but fuck it, it's been top 2 every single one of its races, and although it only won by a little margin, like, it did it pretty well, I thought.
And didn't you get $4 on opening?
No, I think it was $350, mate.
Yeah. It was good money. I'm glad that you backed yourself because I know you were tossing up between a couple there. But no, it was a very good win. And yeah, I think I multied that into Testify Me, which is a little bit niggly. But good to see it win, mate. Well done.
Yeah, no, that was a good result. Just touching on a couple of the other results, the J-Swap Sprint was one of the another gross things on the day with Calico winning it. Calico's a stayer. Calico, like, I think I sent a message to you guys being like, I looked at this field 2 or 3 times over and I just skipped over Calico every single time.
Wexford are just fucking...
Yeah.
They see everything at the moment, eh? Like, they've got some sort of, like, crazy X-ray machine or, like, they've like, aliens have come down and shown them how to communicate with horses so that they can hear exactly what's going on with them because like, their horses are just firing. Like, they're just firing so they know what the horses want. The horses are saying, I wouldn't mind a steak dinner and then I'll have a sleep for a couple of days and I'll just come out and kick their heads in.
Funny, you can say that to your owner, eh? That'd be great.
Look, I think everybody's wondering in the States what's going on with those drones. It's obviously Wexford.
Yeah, they're pulling all the info.
Yeah.
They're just scouring the New Jersey coastline.
It's not a bad horse, this, and I think it's actually named after a designer of clothing here in New Zealand.
Right.
Augustine is the brand. And I believe that might be the name of the lady who is the main designer or the started the business. But I thought Wits End was also a very good run.
Yeah, very good.
And $2 a place. Does that hurt? That hurt? Yeah, I Quinelled it with Jaffe and thought this could be the play. But no, when I saw Mercurial and Kelly Quo winning, I'm like, are you sure? Should we start that one again? Thank you. No, okay, cheers.
Yeah,
But
Wits End just ran up and behind them, eh? And just had nowhere to go. It's like it screamed 1400 next start. Hello.
Yeah. Jaffe was really good too, just got a little bit too far back, but you'd stick with that horse. You mentioned Mercurial. Is Mercurial a bet over the next month in anything?
I just don't know where it's going to go. Like, is it going to go down to the Telegraph?
Presumably.
I just don't know. Is Luberon going there?
Yeah, well, that's the question. I don't know. We know that Luberon's going to the railway, but I'm not sure about the Telegraph.
Telegraph for Mercurial by the looks, nominated for that.
It got better as the season went on last year. It was much like El Vencedor, once it got 3 or 4 runs under the belt, all of a sudden it was bloody there and winning these races.
Mercurial still be going well this season. Its first start was like, oh wow, it had a bit of flashing light above it, but it sort of, it just seems to keep running into these ones that are maybe one better, but you never know, like it might just pick one of these good ones up.
Yeah. Has Damask, just finally on the weekend, has Damask Rose claimed favouritism for the Karaka Millions? That was pretty impressive, eh?
Yeah, look, they had a pretty big rap on that horse, didn't they? And listening to Opie on the other side of that race sounds like he's pretty confident taking out the Kiwi, taking out the Karaka Millions 3-year-old. So, yeah, he just seemed pretty, nonchalant, I think is the word about it too. Like, be a great horse for the Millions and then into that slot race thing. We'll win both of those. Be great. Cheers. Thank you. Anyway, got to get ready for my next ride. Fucking what a guy. Like, there is only one. And hey, maybe that horse is that good. I know there was kind of chat being thrown around at one stage, in the same sort of vein as Probabile. which that
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's rumours or if it's just on the old Talkback forum or whatnot, but someone was throwing that sort of chat around. You got to listen.
They only had that one start in the spring, and they go, put it out. And they put it out while all these other 3-year-olds kept racing and kept running. They go, no, we've got bigger tasks ahead. We know this horse is going to be good for those. And interesting, after that run as well, I think it was on either Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning, they said, Tiako come out and said, we're going to announce our slot holder in the next 10 days. So that stinks of Damask Rose being the slot electee, I guess, for the NZB Kiwi.
Yeah, shit, it's shaping up to be exciting, isn't it? On the 8th of March, the Kiwi, the inaugural running Champions Day there at the Big E. We're going to have a big presence and tear right into it, and I cannot wait.
Absolutely. We've already got a horse in it, don't we? What was it? Rogerson's horse?
There's 2.
2.
Yeah, so there's sought after.
I thought you meant us.
Sought
I was
after.
like,
Oh, sorry. I
missed
meant
the
there's
press
already.
release.
No.
Yeah, Pete Dub gave us 25% of the...
Yeah.
Great.
Sought after and then Rogerson horse. Is that Domain Ace?
Domain Ace.
Domain Ace.
So those are the 2 already, yeah.
Is it Domain Ace or is it actually a play on words and it's Domain Ace?
Depends who's riding on the day.
Okay.
What happened to the Taako 2-year-old last year that was going to win absolutely everything? We had a futures bet on it for the...
I don't want to talk about that.
No, what was the horse called?
Move to Shrike.
Move to Strike. Where's
It's
that?
Australian. It trialled the other day.
Did it? Any
Yeah.
good?
Oh, mate. It's probably going to come out. It's probably going to come out and start just winning shit, eh?
Well, that could be their Kiwi horse. Anywho,
No, it
righto.
can't.
We got 5
Australian.
races to get through.
We've got 5 races to get through. Let's keep moving. Keep your comments coming in, everybody. We're going to get through Matamata tomorrow. And then, Dan, you've
Sorry, I
got...
just had one thing just to mention about the harness lads last week.
Oh, God.
'Cause that was
the
huge.
harness hit.
Oh, the harness hit was tough to be a part of.
Yeah.
Like, going down by half a fucking nose. That was
To a
gross.
$41 shot.
To a $41 shot as well. Zeb Meredith, congratulations. Like, that was his first Group 1 winner. So, congratulations to him. But
good.
3 winners
Well
in
done.
2 seconds from
That was
from the
outstanding
harness.
work
Like,
from the
that's
lads.
huge.
You're right. Yep. Yep.
And actually, in terms of like we're doing the ROI for all the best bets for everyone, Scanman in the harness has taken the lead. And I think that deserves a little bit of recognition because it's been pretty tough for the harness so far this year. But the fact that he's gone and taken the lead for ROI, is that thing won or?
Nah, it's just needed a jockey on it. It was all over the shop. Yeah, the thing I don't like about the greyhounds, they don't have anyone controlling them. Fucking
It's
things.
the most controlled environment for punting.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
disappointing.
the harness boys have done very well there, and I'm sure they'll continue to bounce back, especially over the summer period. It could start a run for them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, we've got to keep following. Righto, lads, the Matamata Cup tomorrow, which normally we don't preview a race on Friday, but geez, there's some good horses in there, lads. And Luke, your favourite, Mary Shand from last season that you just wanted to keep on punting on, and I'm sure you love this going to 1,600 metres.
Mary Shandy, yeah, very, very nice horse. This, and my word, they've piled the money on. I believe also that this is a really good day at the races, and they really tear right into it. So this is 4.6 into 2.1. I saw it at about 3.
3.1?
Yeah.
It's been smashed.
Like, are you serious, Forsman? What do
Some
you know?
absolute sickos in there, eh? Is he trying to make some money back from Cup Week or something?
That's outrageous.
Yeah, it is outrageous, especially because I've had a bet here in this race on, is it Carfree?
Right.
It's 16s, and it's now out to 51s. So that is real helpful. That's real good stuff. But yeah, look, they're obviously very keen. Third up for this horse, where it's 2 from 2. And look, it's very well bred, and look, they obviously know something. I mean, it's been racing in pretty good company in those couple of starts, but to go from 4.6 to 2.1, I mean, shit, we could still see it beat. Do we know what, are we going to get a soft track there tomorrow?
Well, there's a bit of rain around, but not probably enough to, look, well, there's rain, but yeah. I mean, yeah, it's going to be soft, isn't it? But
Okay.
Mate, but 2.1?
Yeah, that's short. That's short for a horse that's only 1-2.
Can't believe that.
That's outrageous. Like, yeah, someone's.
I'll be
going on
watching.
No, there's
Like,
no rain between now and then as well, so, yeah.
I'll be watching, but I'll have a little something on Tavatak on the soft
of course.
track.
Yeah, nice.
Of course, on the soft track, we need the cut out of the ground. I believe is the story for this horse. Now, very let's say a little bit disappointing last start, but to a soft track and third up, maybe that could be the go. But $8, we're going to get to find out. But yeah, pretty deep field. But $2. Like, I've missed the price. I probably should be winning for old Mary Shan, but I've missed it. I don't think I could be taking it at $2.10.
Yeah. Dan?
I'm going to go a little bit wide here, and I'm going to go with the trainers of Snazzy Tavi. Down the bottom there, we got Channel Surfer. Now, it hasn't fired massively this season, but I think fourth up now on a soft track. I'm gonna take a risk on it because it was very, very good last year, and I just feel like maybe it might be able to put its hand up. $18 and $4.20. I'll have a little. I can't be taking $2.10 about Mary Shan. But the other one in there, but I just don't like it on a soft track, is Midnight Blue.
Yeah.
Because that's, that's come back and it's got form now behind Aegon, who's an absolute, star-studded champion. But meaningful, no, I'm joking. Meaningful Star, that was a good run by Aegon. But in that run, like, Meaningful Star went huge as well. Meaningful Star's quite a nice horse. So to run, fourth behind them, and Sumi was in there as well. Taking a bit of money, $5 and a $4.20. But drawn barrier 10, I don't like that. And so that's why I sort of said Channel Surfer. I'll take that each way because Channel Surfer, I don't know if you remember, but it ran some very, very nice runs last year. And it hasn't fired yet so far this campaign, but maybe fourth up might be the trick.
I think just remember this day as well, like on Tiakau's back doorstep. Like sometimes you flick these races on and you're just like, oh, there they go again. And they just seem to be able to place their horses pretty well on this night. So wouldn't be surprised to see them picking up a few wins tomorrow on Friday.
I did see like a title of an article today was like Tiakau want to win their backyard cup or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Of course,
Okay.
Of
course they do.
So we'll just back one of theirs then.
No thoughts on Melly Stonkers. Ran it was fired up at the Captain Cook Stakes, or I think it's the TAB Mufasa Classic now, isn't it? But it fucking flashed home pretty late.
Your favourite stable, mate, you'd know.
Look, Briar Weatherly is an absolute legend, and as is Sam and Darren and the whole team down there. Kia ora, good on you. But I'd only be bidding Melly Ston top four, but if it's paying over $2, that's a hell of a bet.
Did you tell Briar at Cup Week that she was your favourite trainer?
I told her I love Maria Farina.
Oh, yeah.
And then promptly talked to her about Bella Waters, which she wasn't really interested in talking about. But anyway,
Was having a part of that.
good to see you, Briar.
Yeah, Bella Waters. You love talking about Bella Waters.
Love Bella Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a great horse. She ran really well on Saturday as well in that race too. But I thought that Mary Shan was going to win this race, but I'm not going to bet at $2.10. That just seems crazy. I thought $4 was worth a bet. Outside of that, Midnight Blue, one length off.
Meaningful Star.
Meaningful Star. That's a good horse. That's a good form reference. So I'll have a bet on Meaningful Star at $4.20. Not Meaningful Star, Midnight Blue. Thank you very much. Righto, let's move on to the Wakefield Challenge Stakes tomorrow.
I gotta go early.
On Saturday with the 2-year-olds here.
Should we throw to Joel's juice before? Because I think he might have a Friday fill-up for us. Is that right, Joel, at the Hampers?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, legend.
I reckon over in Matamata race 8, Chiaha, obviously from the Wexford stable, Warren Kennedy on board. I heard he got off the other day and just said this thing's better than Checkmate, which walked in at Ellerslie as well. So apparently it's only at $2 at the moment, but Chiaha, get it in your multis. It's a multi-filler for the weekend.
Nice, and you've got something really to fill the sacks right up. What was the other one?
Getting in the Supernova over in Australia. I think it's in Pakenham Saturday afternoon. Saturday Pakenham race number 8. Nadal, $2.90. So for the two of those together, you'll get about $5.60 or something. But
yeah, right.
if you saw Nadal's last start in the Meteorite, he just absolutely flew home. Bet some good horses as well. So I think Nadal could be one to watch. People even tipping it for potentially the Everest next year as well. So
Sheepers.
$2.90 Nadal, get on.
Okay, mate. Beautiful. $5.80 around the multi there. I will be having a bit of a play.
Absolutely. Old Chiha. That's a good horse, apparently, from the Wexford stable. Righto, Luke, have you had a look at the Wakefield Challenge Stakes, the Group 2 2-year-old on Saturday at Trentham?
Saturday, race number 2, I believe. Is that right? No,
Race 3.
Race 3, sorry.
Yep.
Cool as a Renee, is it? Or Renee? Renee Ranger? Like,
Cool as a Reen.
Cool as a Reen. There we go. $2.60. Now, the other one's come up favourite, Marakapa Falls, is it?
That's it.
Yep, that's for the Fortuna squad. Well, I don't know heaps about these, and I wouldn't want to give away too much with these 2-year-olds as well, but I was pretty impressed with what I have seen down south with old Cool as a Reen. That'd be enough for me.
260 is going to take it. Dan?
Yeah, it's a tough race. I just that Maricopa Falls was pretty impressive last start, I thought. But yeah, Cool Lazarine has also equally been as impressive as well. So I don't know. I mean, this is a tough one. It's you do the Quinella, you might get, what do you get? 2 point.
It's not really a race to bet in very much, is it?
No, it's not really. Just we'll see how they go, and we'll see where they go from here.
Yeah, I thought Maricopa Falls only because had a better time than Cool Lazarine, but it's so hard to stack up this. They basically run down the chute at Trentham and Riccarton over 1,000 metres, don't they? But I thought Maricopa Falls had a little bit more improvement in it, so I'll be having a play at that if I'm watching and having a bet. Anywho, race 5, the Lawnmaster. They're lawnmowers, aren't they, I believe? Yep.
Certainly are.
Yep. The Eulogy Stakes, Group 3 over 1,600 metres. I don't know many of these horses either, lads.
Yeah, this is tough. Like, I was real big on old bloody Cornetto at the top of the book there. Let's have an ice cream. But it was just like, it was a little bit disappointing in the old O'Leary's Fillies Stakes. Trudy Thompson Memorial. 4.5 lengths behind Hit a Bell, but that's a pretty tidy horse, that. So, yeah, $9. I see a couple of people tipping it out as best bet on the Facebook page replying to the competition this week, which
Brilliant.
is, they're obviously willing to follow their money. But it does just pop up, and it's won 3 from 12. But, yeah, this is really, really tough and deep. I mean, Island Life, there's a bit of spruik on this, and it's been very good in all 3 of its starts. But yeah, I couldn't confidently point you in the direction of one that I'm really keen to have a crack at. I think there was a bit of chat around this Librero horse that Sharrock trains in Lily Sutherland. Now, if we get the rain that they're expecting to have down there, well, just maybe it's the heavy tracker and it gets through it, and we might get $11 around Librero, and it might just go under the radar. Now, from 5 starts, it's 1, 2, and it's run 3rd and a 4th. It's there or thereabouts. There was a fair bit of chat early on about this, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that popping up in the finish as well.
Nice, mate. Dan, have you sorted anything out?
Not really, mate. I had a look through this field and I thought, oh god, this is going to be a tough one to punt into. And any I guess civilized punter would probably say, well, this is a no bet race. I'll just watch this. Maybe Stephen Hunt's a smarter guy than me because he probably wouldn't punt it. But I can't help myself because I'm a sicko, so I'll probably have a punt on something. But I thought maybe I might have a crack at something with a bit of value just to see how it goes. But Sicilian. Down the bottom of the book there.
Wexford.
Yeah.
Have you called Andrew Scott this week?
No, I haven't. But I'll give him a call tomorrow and ask him if this thing's going to go any good. But just at 1 well on a soft track, 2 starts back. So I just thought maybe that's the closest thing to a heavy. Obviously, that other one's got some heavy track form as well, but yeah, I don't know. This could be anything. That Island Life I thought was really good as well. Obviously behind Tuxedo as well, who looks like a very good horse. $10 for the Karaka Millions. Yeah.
I actually almost made Island Life my bet of the week. If I can help you piece some form together here,
Good
lads.
man.
Like you said, just beaten by Tuxedo, who had beaten With All My Faith, who we've seen come out and win at Ellerslie previously. Before that, won very well, beating Pennine and Way, who just missed Steely Man at Ellerslie last
I'm on.
week. I think that this is a really, really good bet, this Island Life. It's looked really, really good. I thought Cornetto as well, but it's been a little bit unlucky. But, geez, that's some good form. And you talked at the top of the show about Steely Man. We've got some form around Steely Man there. So I think Island Life's the way to go in this race.
You
I've
got
had to
some
have a unit.
inside Weatherly knowledge there, have you?
Is that another...
Sam
I
Whitley's
love
on
these
it?
guys. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Fuck, what a family. Outstanding people. How good are they?
Ted's in the comments. He reckons get on Lacer Lucy, the number 4 there at 650.
Shit, I've just had a
Just-
bet, Ted.
Hey, what about that Island Life form, Ted? You know?
Robbie Patterson, I'm pretty sure Island Life was one of his best bets in its last start.
Like a Lucy. Okay, what do we got here? At debut, 1 New Plymouth.
Pay the bills
Merchant
with
Banker.
Robbie Peterson. I mean, it's a proven formula, isn't it?
Can't back them all.
It's the Merchant Banker form. Nah, yep. Good on you, Ted. Thanks very much, mate.
Cheers for that, mate.
Righto, into race 6, the Bramco Granite and Marble. Not sure what they are, but anyway, we'll give them a shout out. The Manawatu Stakes. Luke, this is your day out here, mate. This is your favourite day of the year, and I'm sure this is one of your favourite races, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. This is a great race. And yeah, they do an outstanding bench top, the old Bramco Granite and Marble Manawatu Stakes. So if you need your bench top sorted because you spill your ham or you cut through it or something, get in touch with the team at Bramco and they'll sort you out. But this, for me, gee whiz, I thought I nearly made this horse down the bottom here, Matariri, Molly the Lolly, Maritiro. Like, how do you... I just don't know.
Maratili or something like this.
Yeah, we will be screaming at home on Saturday. Sets drifted from 6 to 6.5. Now, any rain's not going to concern this horse, but the money has come for Perfect Scenario, 5.5 into 4.2. Now, when I saw the odds yesterday, I actually took a same race multi. Perfect Scenario and Molly the Lolly, both top four, at $4.
Fantastic.
Which I thought was pretty tidy, but... Molly the Lolly has been really good. It's won 5 from 11, couple of good wins, maybe questionable who it's been beating and whatnot, and then comes up north and goes right-handed in the Thoroughbred Breeders and is a neck behind La Creek. Now, if you go and watch the replay, this Molly the Lolly's actually knocked off stride slightly by La Creek, just big bullish, fucking get out of the way, I'm a Group 1 winner, I will be winning this. And Molly the Lolly puts her head down and just keeps coming. And sectionals are unreal in that race as well. So the barrier 13, awesome, but I don't think it's too much of an issue because it'll get back anyway. Now, if it does get really wet, I guess that's where we go, okay, what about Lux Libertas, which is 4 from 4 on a heavy track, and is all around that same sort of form line. So then you got a horse like Town Cry. Then you have to start asking yourself, why have I put that top 4 bid on? Like that same race multi, when there's actually so many good chances in this. But that's the life of a punter. You've got to put your money where your mouth is and have a crack at something. So anyway, I'm going to put Molly the Lolly on top. I think Perfect Scenario will be a really good chance too. But if we get a heavy track, maybe not so much for Perfect Scenario. Only 1 win from 8 starts, I believe. And maybe the play then is Lux Libertas as well. Dan, thoughts, mate? Have we nailed that?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. The only one that when I kept looking through and I kept going back and I go, okay, what's going to fucking undo me here?
How reform.
And how reform could undo me, but I thought, you know what? Puntura.
Oh,
it's run a really, really good 4th last start, and I was like, hang on, it's behind Ladies Man, La Creek, and Perfect Scenario.
Don't do it.
But I was like, hang on, is this horse coming back? So it's got really good soft track form. It's had 18 starts for 8 wins on a soft track. So I was like, oh, okay, so if it's soft, this might be the place. But it's got the barrier draw as well, barrier 5. So I was like, hang on, are we missing here? Is Craig Grills, Robbie Patterson partnership again? Are they gonna win that last one, which Ted just gave us, and then Puntura is going to go kick their heads in as well at $6.50 and $2.35? I thought that's just good each way value, but running it was a little bit. It was a little bit disappointing through the spring, but obviously it's had a little break and it's come back and run that 4th. It's like, well, hang on.
We did the same thing
It's easy
last
to forget
season.
this horse, eh?
Early on in the season, we were like, average. And then all of a sudden it came out and won 3 over 1,600 metres, I think, didn't it? A couple of group races. So, yeah, it is easy to forget that horse.
18 starts over 1,400 for 6 wins in 2 seconds.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
God damn you, Puntura.
You mentioned the Harwater form. What about Town Crier? Very average in that race last start. Not sure what happened, but...
Disappointing. Maybe turn the page and forgive. It doesn't often go a dishonest race. So, yeah, it's... If you like it, you'd have to stick with.
And what's going on with Farrah Leone? So good fresh up, and then the last 2 starts have been a little bit scratchy. Maybe a little bit more than scratchy. Has it been run too close to the pace, and maybe they go back this time and try and run on?
I believe 2 starts ago it had a bit of an issue. I think that is right. But, last start was only then, it was a couple of lengths off of La Creek, but it wasn't pretty. But, it can cop an off-track as well, and needs an off-track rather than a good track. So, again, another one that could pop up and surprise.
Do you also feel like some horses sometimes just have their season, and that horse's season was last season?
I hope so.
Right. You're
This
going
is a
Puntura?
really tough race. Yeah, I'm going to go Puntura.
Yeah.
Puntura, $6.50 and $2.35.
You're
Maritiri Morley, mate. Molly the Lolly.
I'm going to join you on Maratiri Molly as well. I thought that was an outstanding run. I couldn't choose between that and Perfect Scenario, but yeah, I thought that was too good to be true from that horse, so I'm going to follow you into that, mate. Righto, race 7, the Humphreys Construction. Build your house, build your building, build your dairy, whatever you want. The Manawatu Cup, Group 3. This is also a bit of a nightmare, lads.
This is tough.
We've got a best bet out of it, which we'll come to later on, but Jesus, Luke.
Yeah, this is really tough. And yeah, Humphreys Construction, they do build a great dairy, a dairy shed, a house, an FMG building. Whatever you need, they'll build it for you. So get in touch with them as well after your bench top sorted out. Honestly, I hopefully we can give them a call and find out if they can sort this race out for us, because this is just diabolical.
Yeah.
Islington Lass has been really disappointing the last couple of starts, right? But in terms of like just not continuing to win. However, hasn't been too far away from them. Been beaten up by Meaningful Star, and then was 5th in the Tarpson handicap as well. And that was the race where you thought, okay, maybe, but you probably have forgiven that race from what I did see. Doesn't mind getting down there to Trentham, won't mind the off track if it stays in that soft range. That's the way, that I decided I'm going to play it. Have a little something on Islington Lass, forget the last couple, and hope that we can maybe get a little bit of money from a bet out wide in this race as well that Dan might be keen on.
What are you keen on, Dan?
Yeah, I'm keen on one in here. The only one that I think I am probably worried about is the Underbelly. Just watching its last couple of starts, it stinks of a horse that's looking for a bit more distance. And guess who it is again? Robbie Patterson and Pay the Grills. They might be having a day out at Trentham because this horse just looks like it's looking for a bit more distance. And I hope it's maybe just one run short, and I'm hoping the Fondue can just fucking kick their heads in.
I'm sure Ted will be in the comments, but I see he's got Ulrika on the Fondue this weekend. Have you seen that? Last night there was no jockey. Today, Ulrika's on it.
Yeah, no, I was pretty happy about that.
Ulrika of a collect.
He knows. Ted knows. When I was speaking to him on the phone last week, he said, "Shit, mate, did you see Chevelle de Fondue's race?"
Yep,
I
correct.
think I messaged you guys straight after it, and I said I cannot wait to have a fucking massive bet on this horse when it gets up over distance next start.
It's an exciting horse, because it really fires up in the last 200 metres, and it gives you a good sight. So
yeah,
I hope it gets home.
Wellington Cup,
Oh,
$20 something, I think.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
What about Caddy getting that scratched? And a Caddy cat.
We better get on. I've talked about all the horses. I looked at all the horses that you guys have talked about, and there's one that I think I mentioned when we were doing the podcast in your office, Luke.
Incognito. You sick bastard.
I've just been wondering what this horse is up to, because it always flies home for the last year, and they stepped it up over distance, and it was third behind good old Nereus, our favourite horse, and Kelly Alpha Asher in the Counties Cup. It wasn't a sensational run, but I just wondered whether that meant that actually, this horse is suited better up in distance. So I'm going to have a bet on Chevelle de Fondue and also Cognito on Saturday, because I'd hate to miss Cognito and I'd hate to miss Chevelle de Fondue. And if the rest of them win, good on them. Fair enough. It's got to be a good race. Righto, let's get to the social media and see what everybody's got to say out there. Joel's Juice, are you ready to go, mate? You've already been all over Ted.
Yep, yeah, there's a couple messages coming in here. Brad Bain, his best bet is Lincoln Lou, top 4, Alex Park, race 4 tomorrow. But a harness there for you. Jeffrey, he likes Bellado Boy, top 3 at Trentham. Scotty Kearns, race 4, Te Rapa Tanganika.
Great bet. SK, what a guy.
Cam saying it's been raining all day today in Wellington. Could be a heavy track.
Fuck's sake, Cam, turn it off.
Rogers?
Does our best bet go on a heavy?
Yes, I think it does. Yeah,
we
it does.
planned for that.
Okay, good.
Philip Cockle, he's saying Cindy first up, 1-1, 4 of 3 the distance. Grills pays the bills.
That's Sharrock, isn't it?
Cindy.
The Prime Minister.
Sharrock.
Come on,
Joel-
mate. Can't call people the names.
She's
like that.
fantastic.
Joel
Yeah, she
Betty,
left
he
the
reckons sharp and smart. Sorry, sharp and smart coming back.
Sharp and smart.
Yeah, isn't that race?
Yeah, it's in a race we just talked about. I love that horse.
Yeah. Matthew Patterson, Trentham, race 8, Lock-in Aura.
Oh, lock it in. Lock it in, mate.
Get in the futures.
Yeah, and Tony Fitzgerald, the entertainer for 3-peat, Trentham race 8.
Get out of it, Tony.
Get out
Get out of it. Get out of it. Hey, also, Does anyone know where Craig Grills lives? Maybe they could pop around to his house and take the keys out of his Cessna, his plane, then he's not going to be able to fly down there.
Can't get to the races. This is genius.
Brilliant. Okay. But, yeah. That's a plan. We're not saying do anything bad, just saying, hide the keys.
Yep.
How's
Sorry,
it gonna
mate.
get
Just the classic old joke.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sorry, mate. I didn't realise you had to do anything to that. Grills not flying any planes, not paying any bills.
Not paying any bills. Do you like how that joke's taken off, Luke? Are you happy about that? Your
Paid the
joke?
bills. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over trackside now, isn't it?
I don't even know if I can claim that one, But
Can't you?
hope so. Who knows?
Claim it. Anything else out there, Joel?
There isn't, but I did see one thing today. They just released the Halberg nominations, and J-Mac, he's been nominated for the Sportsman of the Year.
No
That
way.
is
He has, yeah.
outstanding.
Fuck yes, finally.
How
Yeah.
good's
Good.
that?
Oh, shit. We're all going.
That's great news. You
great
should
news.
MC it.
Okay? And I'll just rig it.
You and Laura McGoldrick.
Okay.
Yeah, you good MCs together.
How good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great news, Joel. Thank you very much. I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, same.
Fuck, that's
Oh,
good.
shit.
I actually have some other big news as well.
Wow.
People in horse racing. They do the New Zealand People in Horse Racing Awards. Luke Kemmy's nominated.
Excuse me?
Person of the Year. No, I just made that up.
Oh. Well,
See, I've never-
That's all
but
over
he is a person in horse racing, and I'm not surprised. He's
Yeah.
He's a sharp man.
Thanks, mate. Yeah. Oh, I'll look forward to that ceremony as well.
We'll create this, mate. We give it to
Didn't
you
even
every
see
week.
it.
Don't worry. You're,
Thanks,
you're our
mate.
people in racing, Luke. You're our
Yeah.
people in racing every single week, mate. Don't you bloody leave us.
Thanks, mate.
We'll
Thank
be
you.
lost without you. Joel, do you like any horses in the ones we've just covered, or anything else you want to go through, mate?
No, you guys pretty much covered it all. I feel like Trentham for me is just an absolute graveyard.
Dog box.
Not just for you. Not just for you, mate. There's a reason they call it the graveyard.
yeah, I don't know. I'll be
Buried a lot of punters.
God, mate,
Yeah.
there's a lot of bodies buried there for sure.
Yeah, I had a
100%.
shocker there the other day, but I'd just be following Opie Boston, I reckon, see whatever he's on.
Yeah.
Oh, at Te Rapa and Matamata, yeah.
Fuck, as soon as they start going to the outside rail there, it's all off. It's just all off.
Turn your TV off.
This time last year it was a heavy track, and we got abused in the comments for our best bets and everything. And even Ted fired up saying how bad a day it was for everybody. It was
Hey, don't worry, though. We've got a good man in charge down there these days. Brad. He might be watching, so...
Good on you, Brad.
Yeah, get him, Brad.
Yeah,
Sort
just
of
keep the rain
Sort
off
of,
the track, mate.
just go and sort the rain.
You put the rain shades up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get to the best bets, lads, is there anything else you guys like this weekend? Ted sent me 3.
Shit.
Yeah.
You get into those, mate.
All right, Ted likes some worth a mention at Matamata tomorrow. Race 1, Captain Stan, $6.50. First starter who has won 2 trials. Look for a bold debut. Race 3, Ascension. Didn't get all favours when 5th on debut at Ellerslie last month and finishing a length from the winner. Race 8, Joel's Juice. Chiha at $2. If that gives you some more confidence, Ted is going to be on it. Those who saw her debut win at Rotorua wouldn't want to be on anything else. There you go. Multi-filler for the weekend. That's Ted's for tomorrow. Dan, what do you like, mate?
I got one tomorrow at the harness at Alexander Park.
Oh.
And it's in race number 8, and it's a trotter called Dream of You. Look, it's
We've heard of
$21
this horse before, haven't we?
$21 and $5.
How does that happen?
I have a love-hate relationship with the stable because I've won some really good bets on with Derek because his horses just pop up and just win. But I do think this is the best trotter in this race. It's going up against Congratulations Love, which was the harness hit from last week. They went down by a nose. So that'll probably just come out and win at $4.20. But
Remind us the race number.
it's race number 8, Alexander Park.
Shit, that's late.
You can have a bet.
$21.
I have to.
$21 and $5. This horse should be $10. It was off 30 metres last start and only lost by about 3 or 4 metres to Congratulations Love, I think, won that race. But I just think off the mobile, over 1,600 metres, it might be able to get a nice run through. And off even marks with all these horses, $21, $5, way overs.
I'm going to get like 9:03 tomorrow. I'm going to get a message. Be like, did you guys see that? Fuck, that was gross.
The tyre popped or something like that.
Oh, God. Yeah, it trotted back to this. I don't know.
Mate,
I went the wrong way around the track.
I saw your messages last week about the harness hit, and I had to watch the replay, and that was fucking like,
It's tough to
this is not happening.
I was saying to Kimmy's before how much I had on it. Like, it was fucking brutal.
$41 shot. Beats
Yeah, it was
it
one
by nose.
of my biggest bets of the year.
Oh.
Luke, you got anything, mate?
Yeah, I do actually. I got a few. Actually, so we love Molly the Lolly. We love Doddle.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Doddles in race, what?
Three, I
I'll,
think.
I'll find it. I wrote
Saturday
up 4
Te
best
Rapa.
bets. I was that fired up. I wrote up 4 of the bastards because
Yeah.
I wasn't sure which way I was going to go.
Pretty sure it was race 3, wasn't it, Doddle?
It might be like race 5, but race number 7, sorry. One last chance for this girl. Back to Te Rapa, where she goes well. Has been in good fields the last 2 starts, but getting too far back in the to be in the photo. This field looks a touch easier and is also smaller, so no excuses not to be putting it all together. Fuck you, Doddle. You better win, otherwise you're done. Like, you are done. I'm not putting any more money on you. Race 2, I thought a horse called Balazor with the Barnstormer on top. $4.40 on the odds surge. Winner of 3 from 9 so far. Just beaten by the Scunner last start, who has some ability. Has run 4th up and gets into a pretty even field here. The only concern with this horse could be the mile, where it has failed and it was a little bit weak late. I tried to look at the sectionals, look for excuses, but we'll give this horse the benefit of the doubt in a field like that over the mile, and that will be me. So Balazor in race 2, and Doddle in race 7, and Molly the Lolly at Trentham race number 7.
Nice, mate. There's a few to throw your money at.
I just had one more for the Black Book.
For the Black Book.
Trentham race 4 on Saturday. It's a bonus back race as well, but Candle's going around again.
Oh, gosh. Don't burn me. I
And
can't
this
put my
is
hand on
another
that.
one that I can't, like you can't keep burning the candles at both ends. But I just thought 4th up now, and a soft track I think would suit it if it is soft. But $10 and $3.10 gets a good barrier draw, and Lily Sutherland on as well, claiming the 1, so 55.5. I'm gonna go again, like just one last time as well. A little bit like Doddle, like I've been smacking Doddle left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Um,
I just feel like Candle loves racing, and that's it. It doesn't love.
it just likes to be a part of it.
It's like, oh yeah, I'll fire home in the last 100 metres. I don't want to win. It should have won about 15 races by now.
yeah.
And it's only had 14 starts.
Well, I should have won all of them. Like, it finishes so well, it's just painful to watch. I can't take it anymore. Oh, I have a bet now, though. Why not?
on a heavy track at Trentham.
Oh, goodness. I like, I've got some more with all my faith and form tomorrow. Mudda race 3. Oh, shit. Did Ted have a bet on that? I really hope not. Anyway, I think I got you at $4.80. Just beaten by Chiha last start at Rotorua. And then before that was 3 lengths off Tuxedo and With All My Faith. With All My Faith has gone on to win too. So, I think this is its second start. I thought it was a pretty good finish. So, I think I got you at $4.80.
There's a lot of racing over the next few days, eh?
We've got a race meeting every single day.
Okay, what's on Sunday?
Good question. Well,
Gore.
Look, we can find
Oh, gorgeous.
Gore. Is it actually Gore?
Brilliant.
Yeah, mate, it's Gore.
Oh, it's always really easy to find a couple of winners down there. Yeah, beauty.
I love this time of the year, where we can just punt every day. It's going to be good. That's why we need the harness lads in form as well, because we've got some grass harness meetings coming up that we need to have some bets
The Boxing
on,
Day harness.
Yeah, righto. Have you guys seen that Geriatrics is running on Saturday in race 8 at Randwick?
I haven't even had a chance to look if they're even racing in Australia on the weekend with that much racing going on here in New Zealand, but that sounds exciting.
Yep,
I
$11
just
and
seen
$3.20.
that. Geriatrics in Australia, like surely.
That's a good horse, and
That's
it's
a
been
very good
racing
horse.
well its first 3 starts here in New Zealand, so it could be worth a bet at $11. It's
What-
with Chris Waller.
What's it racing over?
Oh, I don't know. Just saw the name.
1400.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus, is on fire.
Fired up for this
Join
one.
us on the panel. Righto, should we move on to best bets, lads?
Let's do it.
What is the harness halo this week, Dan?
the harness hit.
Hit.
Hit me with it.
me.
It's been renamed.
I'll hit you with a hit.
I'll update.
This is Sanders' choice. It's the present maker. He's actually a little
Sanders'
alpha horse.
choice?
Yeah, Sanders' choice. The present maker. But this is actually the Scam Man's best bets. Race 4, Invercargill. Big day down in Invercargill. It's the Invercargill Cup. We've got the Group 1 down there. But he reckons he got it all wrong on Friday night when well backed. I think he only needs to trot early to give this a massive shake. And his trial prior to last Friday was very nice. He looks a lovely trotter in the making. And hopefully he is aptly named for this time of the year because he is the present maker.
Fantastic. Boosted from $5.50 out to $7 at this stage. Luke?
Very well named. Just a reminder before we carry on that with all of these bets, including the Harness Halo and the Bless Bet, you can find them in the BGP app, which has been updated, and it will click you through to the race. Dan has done a stellar job to update all of that today to ensure that you can. So if you can't keep up with what they are, just go to the BGP app, and it will have them under the
At the top, BGP Best Bets.
There we go. BGP Best Bets this weekend. It lists out all of them, and you click them, and it takes you directly to that race into the TAB app.
They're in order as well.
Shit, you're good, mate. You are
Based on when
flying.
they're coming.
You're flying, and so is this one. Invercargill meeting 8, race number 5, Sweet Sue. On debut was very good, only going down late. Last start, no luck, being parked out the trip. Draws the 1 and will get a cozy sit, either leading or possibly trailing behind the 2. I think this horse will start a lot shorter than the current quote of $6 and $2.25. That's Gasso's gas. He'll fill your tank at Invercargill meeting 8, race number 5.
Outstanding. Markham's Magic, Invercargill, race 8, Ruby Row. Luckless from horrific draws in recent Group 1 features. Big runs all the same, though. Here's her chance to dominate. Positive dry, nets a positive result. $2.30. That is some racing chat from Markham. What's Fitzy got, Dan?
He absolutely loves it. Hey, well, Fitzy, his one fucking kicked their heads in
Popped
last
the
week.
tyre.
Popped the tyre, lost the tyre. It was wrapped around the sulky and just chasing behind him. He reckons it smashed him by half a lap last start with a flat tyre. It's a classy mare. Looks just thrown in here again. We'll start the shortest favour of the day. Exacta with Snapchat, who looks the only one that could give this a viewing, get him within viewing distance. But he reckons Lacasa just add it to the multis and just smack it.
Dan, you know, when they pop a tyre in the harness there, is there any chance of buckling the rim?
Oh, mate, there's all sorts of carnage. I was just praying when that horse was coming around the corner, because what happens often as the tyre gets jammed with the rim, and then the rim like gets stopped and it's like locking up the brakes on your car.
Oh.
And that happens sometimes. I've backed horses when that's happened, and you're like, well,
If you're
like,
having
where's
a
my
bet
refund?
on a horse race, you shouldn't have to factor in a tyre pop.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Hey, look, there's so many
Scratch
there's
the
so
horse.
many more variables in
Yeah.
harness racing.
Fuck.
I don't know if you've ever had rubber jammed in your rim,
Oh, a couple of times, mate, yeah.
but when I had a BMX bike, shit, and you'd buckle your rim and then you got to take it to get fixed. So I hope they've fixed it ahead of the next start as well, because I acknowledge that it won. I'm just a bit worried about whether the rim is buckled on this horse.
I don't know.
this cart.
Like if this thing doesn't win, I think I'll end up being buckled.
All right, let's move to the gallops.
Righto.
Let's start with a blessed bet. Luke, you like this blessed bet, mate?
We are going to Trentham on Saturday, as is the rain. But lock this one in race number 8. Meeting 4, of course, lock in or it's $3.40 out to $4 with the BGP blessed bet. Now, this horse was very good last start, and we're expecting to see another win. Of course, we're going to have to wait till later in the day. But what did we say this morning? It's third up, it's won, and it handles an off track. It's 3 from 4 on an off track, and there's a lot of good form around this horse as well. So there are a few of us that didn't mind it and ready to get stuck into the $4.
$4 sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's
yeah,
Ted's
very good.
best, Dan?
Ted's best bet is what's the matter? Race 6 on Friday, race 4, Deep Water Bay. Interestingly, I'm just looking through here and I don't have the write-up in there.
Oh, yeah.
It was a certainty
Stitch
beaten.
up.
A certainty beaten. Here we go. A certainty beaten on debut after closing off strongly into third, 3/4 of a length from the winner over 1400 at Rotorua. Probably would have liked to see him step up to the 1600, but it is a month between runs, so the 1400 again should suit. If he can run closer to the speed on Friday, I think he'll be too good for them on his home track.
Surely Ted's going to get a win this week. I'm going to follow him into race 5 at Matamata, a horse called Bourbon Proof, who just missed checkmate 2 or 3 weeks ago at Ellerslie over 1,600 metres. Before that, it was really impressive. I've got to say I am concerned because I've gone for 2 shorties this season.
Shouty.
And they've both not come through. It's only paying $2.15, but I
What was
think
the
it's
other shorty? Sorry.
fucking Nereus. And he's lucid.
Get out.
For Christ's sakes. It's only paying $2.15, but I really do think it's paying $2.15 for a reason. I've been looking forward to seeing it run after that checkmate run. I think it's going to get the job done for us tomorrow. Luke, I love your best bet. Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to Te Rapa. I lined up 4 of them that I could have made my best bet. So hopefully I've gone the right way with this one. In race number 4, Tanganyika, $3.40 on the odds surge. It might have tightened up a little bit since I wrote this up. I'm not entirely sure. We'll be ready to fire third up. Form in behind Shoes, Swayaness Day, Twain. It just keeps stacking up. 2 wins that it's had are both left-handed, so we're left-handed here. And it's time to get win number 3 in these grouse colours and fill up a lake full of cash, Lake Tanganyika, over there in Africa.
$2.90.
$2.90 now.
Is it?
Okay, you might still get 3.4 on the odd surge there, but I think there's a horse on the way up, and we get.
Yeah, all you need to do is watch this last two starts and the finishes that it's had, and it just looks like it's ready to win, eh? Righto, the GOAT's best bet. Oh, he's got a $23 shot called Scotch Bonnet in race 1 at Trentham. This is just GOAT-esque, and if it comes in, my God, you'll have a lot of money. It hasn't had much luck last two starts. A good gate will ensure a cushy run just behind the pace and can surprise at generous odds. If you like it, top 3, it's paying $5.50. I think top 4, it's paying like $4 as well. So, Joel's juice.
Bit of an update. It's into $10.
You are kidding.
You're kidding me.
$3.20 for the place.
Holy sheesh balls.
Lucky I got that $300,000 multi on.
Yeah, we'll get to that after your best bet, mate. What's your best bet
Mate,
for the
that
weekend?
is absolutely sick, isn't it?
Yeah.
$21 into
$21.
$10.
Just casually rocks it out. Early on in the night, too. It's not late on. It's not like he's been looking around. He's just gone, oh, yeah, righto, Scotch Bonnet.
If that thing wins the first, I'm going to make $1 million on Saturday.
Like it.
Here we go. Right, my best bet, Trentham, meeting for race number 7, Cheval de Foudre. It's a BGP favourite. He went huge last start, over 1,600, and they weren't even trying to win that race. Well, I say they weren't. I don't know. It didn't seem like they were trying to win that. This horse loves distance. Every time it's stepped up over distance, it's gone very well and looked very impressive. Stepping back over distance, this race looks perfect for him. On his way to the Wellington Cup, I think this horse is going to win the Wellington Cup as well. He gets a sticker barrier draw in 10, but with the 53 kilos, Eureka Home Quest, I think it's a very, very good each way quote, and I'm happy to take a chance. $10 and $3.20. Yes, please.
How much you got on, let's be honest?
$400.
At tens,
$9.50.
$9.50.
Yeah. The TAB scene that I punted it and
Drifted it.
drifted it.
Wow.
You had to have a crack, though, eh? This is a great horse. We do love this horse.
I did say,
And
as
you missed
soon
out
as
on
it
Everest
run
Day.
last start, I said, on Everest Day, I was like, busy trying to write people's fucking names down on the sheet. But I did say, as soon as it ran over that 1,600, I said, I cannot wait to have a massive bet on this horse.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I really do hope it gets home because we have got some nice little multis to win over $100,000 on the best bets for wins this week. It might not be worth that much now that Scotch Bonnet's come in, but I've got $20 to win $102,000 on our best bets if they all come in. Have you?
Yeah, I did the same thing. I even chucked a couple more in. I've really sent it. Mine was like 350,000. I was going any sixes and any fives and all sorts. It's just I got so many bets on. It's ridiculous. I think it's Boxing Day, but I can't wait to nestle in on Saturday and just sort of. I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
You know, I might take 48 hours off and then get back into it next week. But can't wait to watch some good racing this weekend.
It's going to be beautiful. In all honesty, if you don't want to put a multi on all of them to win, even those ones that are at odds, top 4 and the ones that aren't at odds, at top 3, could get the bills paid. Dan, you okay over there, mate?
Yeah. I've seen someone's tipped out Queen Zoo as their best bet this weekend. Is Queen Zoo racing?
No,
Oh, okay.
haven't seen that.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Someone's put a comment on one of the things from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, gotcha.
Joel, what's your best bet, mate?
Nadal.
Nadal's
Over
your
in
best bet,
Australia,
righto.
yeah, I don't know. It just feels like it was a great run last time. Should do it again.
Thanks for your contributions tonight and throughout the year, as always, Joel. Absolute legend, mate. You've joined the fray on the outside, and you're really enjoying it.
What are you doing for Christmas, mate?
Oh, I'll be waiting for that's Christmas Eve, Boxing Day. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Take the Big E.
Yeah, good boy.
You going to the races?
Yeah, for sure. At
Oh, mate,
Ellerslie, I'll
flick
be
me a
there.
message. I'll see you there.
Yeah, looking forward to
Let's
it.
get some content going. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say, hey, Joel's Geos, what's coming up in the next?
Hey, just on that, we're actually doing a best of BGP on Monday morning, which will be out. So whilst most of you will be sitting back, playing a bit of golf, getting into the candy canes or whatever it is that you do, Christmas cake, icing that, we'll be putting the icing on Christmas by finding you plenty of winners for Boxing Day and recording that nice and early Monday morning so that you've got some to follow on Boxing Day.
We'll definitely find some. Dan,
Yep.
Merry Christmas, mate.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, mate. Yeah, I'll have a $1.80 shot for you on Boxing Day. She's called Snazzy Tabby, and she'll be kicking their heads in.
How good.
Absolutely love it. Luke, I'm going to leave you with the final sign-off for the year, of course, but I'm going to thank everybody for their time in 2025. It's always great to have you around, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys either on Boxing Day, New Year's Day, Karaka Millions, wherever we're going to see you. Thank you very much, as always, for tuning in. Luke, Merry Christmas, mate.
Thank you, mate. We won't be back into the studio until January, I would say. Obviously, we've got the best of BGP coming out for Boxing Day. But, I would like to take the time to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. It's been a tough and grindy year for a lot of people out there. So, as that can be, look, we're all still here. And we've got this amazing sport of racing that we have to enjoy, and I'm sure we'll do that over the Christmas period. So make sure you take some time to reflect on the year and get excited about the year coming ahead, including the Karaka Millions, the great stuff that's happening in racing, and the great stuff that's probably happening in your families that sometimes we forget about. So enjoy yourselves, look after yourselves, and we'll see you in 2025.
Kia ora.